The truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is. And you can either bend to its power or live a lie. This is just one of many famous quotes by a very famous and legendary samurai by the name of Miyamoto Musashi. Born in Japan, in the city of Miyamoto, he would rise to great prominence and become a legend. Not just among the Japanese, however, but also a legend amongst military personnel, fighters around the world, as well as business leaders and politicians, right up there with Niccolo Machiavelli. An amazing man who had an amazing life. Though brutal, he would achieve a great deal despite coming from nothing. And to be recognized in the annals of history the way he is remarkable. Miyamoto Musashi was, as I stated, born in Miyamoto. He was born in the late 1500s, and that's about as accurate as I'm going to get with it. And the reason why it's that accurate, which is very broad, is because nobody actually knows a whole lot about him. He was born with syphilis scars all over his face, where his mother had syphilis when she gave birth to him, and he was a very large child. That is known. Everything else isn't. Where he learned how to fight, who his father was, if he had a father, who raised him, all that information is unknown. What is known, however, but by the time he was 13 years old, he had killed his first man. This sounds terrible to us, but you have to understand, back in that era of Japan, the only way for anybody born in the samurai caste to move up in rank was to kill. It was to be a soldier and to go into battle, or to duel other soldiers and prove your prowess by defeating them. The fact that he killed his first at 13 is pretty amazing, and he would actually go on to kill his second by the time he was 15. Even more amazing is that by the time he was 29 years old, Miyamoto would have killed 60 men, and in fact grew so powerful and so skillful that by the time he had killed his 60th man, he decided to go in retirement because there wasn't any skill anymore. It was too easy for him. He would fight not with a normal sword, but instead with an oaken oar that he would get off of a boat, or with a stick. Really that ridiculous. He would go off and he would study at a monastery for a while, and then he would be called back into service under Tokugawa to serve as a commander. So let's reiterate this here. We go from a man who has no family, no formal training, jump forward 29 years, he's killed 60 men, forward 20 years after that, and he's leading the shogunate's armies. This is how amazing this guy is. He wasn't just known for his fighting, however, he was also known for his poetry, and he was also known for his painting. In fact, he had painted quite a number of works for Tokugawa himself. One of his most enduring legacies, however, is the Book of Five Rings. It is a tomb that is used by CEOs, military commanders, and warriors around the world. It is a treaty on how to be a warrior, how to succeed, and how to fight and how to win. It is up there again with Sun Tzu's Art of War, or Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince. Called the Five Rings because it contains 5 books in and of itself: the Book of Fire, the Book of Earth, the Book of Wind, the Book of Water, and the Book of the Void. The entire process runs the gamut of knowledge, including the quote I started with at the beginning of this speech, that things are the way they are, and that if you do not bend to the way things are, then you will die. Miyamoto looked at everything in black and white, obviously, because, hey, samurai, that's how it works. Miyamoto Musashi, born of Miyamoto, was an incredible, enduring figure. The artwork, the paintings, the pottery, and the works of literature that he left behind, as well as his own martial arts, the School of Two Swords, leaves an enduring legacy that we can all look at. The fact that he came from nothing and he rose to something in such prominence is something that we can all look at and say it is possible. And he is a figure that we should follow, minus the killing, and work to strive towards as well. I highly recommend, by the way, look him up, Miyamoto Musashi. I think you'll be blown away. Anyways, thank you very much for listening. Have a pleasant evening.